So the English called it Dutch courage, courage from alcohol. The NRA UPDF has been fighting for the last 50 years. We despise that type of courage inducement. We regard it as manipulation. We believe in and we use conscious courage, where we know the risks of fighting, but accept them, but also educate ourselves about the countermeasures against the risks. Those who use religion, going to Jannah, like I hear that's what they are telling these young chaps. Alcohol, drugs, like marijuana, witchcraft, like Rakwena, are essentially cowards trying to create bravery artificially through manipulation. We have fought and defeated them in Somalia. Because in Somalia, that's what they were manipulating the young children to come and attack us. Yeah. And we defeated them. The Israeli army fought and defeated such groups in the Middle East. The American army and the Red Army defeated the Japanese kamikaze. The Japanese were using this manipulation, where they get pilots to go with a plane and crash into a ship of the Americans, blow themselves up. The same type of suicide aircraft pilots. It is cowardice, desperation, actually criminal. At the right time, you'll be surprised when we tell you more about these crooks. But I will not say much now. At the right time, we shall expose the criminality of the actors that send these children to die for no good purpose. Going to Jannah is controlled by God. I don't think you can take yourself to Jannah. You must be admitted. Does God admit wrongdoers? Although I don't know what God is thinking, but I don't think he admits wrongdoers. He must be admitting people are doing. How can killing innocent people give you a ticket to heaven? I'm sure God admits people who are clean. Now, how he would admit you when you are killing innocent people is something I cannot understand. If suicide bombing enables people to go to heaven, why do the leaders of these groups, the warlords, not take lead by example? Because surely if you want to go to heaven, the first to go should be the leader, instead of sending young children. I was checking with our commanders in Somalia. When they were sending young children whom we were killing, the army would send them, we will kill them, send them, we will kill them. I asked the commanders, did some of the leaders come to go to heaven that way? None of them was ever. The warlords, the ones who sent children, none of them has ever come to go to heaven. They just send children, give them alcohol, I hear. If suicide bombing enables people going to heaven, why do the leaders of these groups, the warlords, not take the lead by example? They do not want to go to heaven. The ADF has exposed itself to us when we are ready. We are readier. They are sure to be defeated. The explosives they are using are partly improvised, such as the use of ammonium nitrate. These explosives have been analyzed. the ones at the CPS. What these people don't know is that we have capacity to do all this, even forensically, afterwards. They have checked the explosives at the CPS and the ones at the IGG office. But more importantly, the one which was recovered, not exploded, at Katoke, the one where we killed the fellow. It was total whole, and therefore, it was diffused, and we studied it. The explosives they were using, the ones over here, of CPS and IGG office, were mixed with petrol because of the vehicles which and the pikipikis which exploded, which were hit. So it was a mixture of hydrocarbons with the nitrate, ammonium nitrate. But the one which was whole which had not been exploded, we studied it more. It was mainly ammonium nitrate and also calcium ammonium nitrate. That's what some of the people were confusing as C4. C4 is a military grade explosive, only owned by the armies, not by these private people. But calcium ammonium nitrate, my people say, could appear like, but with a lower explosive capacity. The detonating code, which was recovered, seems to be imported from a manufacturer. But for the others, the ammonium nitrate is an ordinary fertilizer. It is so therefore we shall track the source of these explosives. Of course, for the fertilizers, the police should now tighten. The people who sell fertilizers, ordinary fertilizers, to make sure that they check whom they are selling to. But the important thing is not to analyze the explosives, is not to take precautions against exploders. The important thing is to uproot anybody who has got that idea from our society. And that's what we are going to do. And that's why we are not going to listen to anybody who is talking of bail, because like this Chirevu, who was killed, had been given amnesty, I hear. Had been given amnesty in 2000 and something, this one who was killed. So we cannot go on recycling these parasites. Now for ADF, it's now a business, because they are in Eastern Congo, which has no government. They cut timber, they dig gold. These are the ones they are selling in order to get money to do bad things. So they may not even want that situation to end because they are making money out of it. But we are discussing with the Congo government we shall get them. And the presidents contacted me from all parts of Africa, and I was telling them the situation, and we are really going to solve this problem of ADF. So I want to assure Ugandans that you concentrate on wealth creation. Don't be frightened, because we defeated ADF when we did not have the capacity we have now. We have now much more capacity, and we're adding to the capacity. Actually, these who planted the bomb at Parliament, we are running away, because you heard that at exactly 10:30, these ones attacked at about 10 something, some past 10. I was here. I had the explosives. At exactly 10:30, that's when our people shot the other boy, the one from Katoke, from Nansana, the one who was supposed to plant the bomb in the evening. They shot him at 10:30. They were all on the run. Our people were looking for them from Pader. And we are now looking for others. The whole list, we have it. So my advice to these people is that they should surrender. That's my advice. Because there is no way out for them. But for the public, be vigilant. In the meantime, before we have captured all of them, they can try to do some other harm. And I would want the police, I don't know why the police don't publicize all these people, why they keep quiet. I don't know why they don't put out their pictures, everybody, because we so that everybody is looking for. I know they put them out some time ago, but they should repeat. These are the people we are looking for. We're looking for the whole list. If they run out of the country and go to neighboring countries, we shall follow them there. So, sorry about the people who died. The people who died were 3 people. I think there was a policeman and an engineer, and then at the other place there was a boy who was selling things there. I heard of 3 who died. Murago. There were 4. Okay. And then the ones of Komamboga were 2. But otherwise, it was also these bombers who also, 3 of them who died. So I'm sorry about the people who died, but Ugandans, be assured, we are coming to the end of this problem. Because why do I say this? Because we have got better information, better intelligence. This is not a military conflict. It was a bit military when we were in the bush, when they were in the bush, the coin and all that. But from that time, it's no longer a military conflict. It's more of an intelligence-led campaign. You just need to find out who and where. That's all. They have no capacity to resist. They can't say we are here, we fight. No. Their weapon is hiding and doing bad things. Our struggle is to uncover the hiding and locate where they are. And the public can help. The public can help. For instance, like the group of Ruweza, where many of these young people were coming from, where there was a preacher called Nsubuga. The people chased him. He was chased from Reza Mosque because they didn't agree with what he was saying. Say, you go away. This is Nsubuga man. Then apparently he went to Gangu. There's another place called Gangu. And I hear he became assistant of Chirevu, the one some people are pleading for. The one Nsubuga who was chased from Rweza for his bankrupt preaching, Kafiri, what? Kafiri, Kafiri, this is our land. In Rwanda, I was with the traditional people of the traditional religion, Abarubari, they were there. I had to work with them. Who are you to tell us about Kafiri? This is our land. You go to, if you don't want to live with us, you go to and live with the Arabs. This is our land. It's not the land of anybody else. So to come and talk of Kafiri, to come and talk of, you are bankrupt. The one who is eating pigs, if they are eating pigs, let them, are they causing you constipation? You eat what you want. I don't eat rice. Have you seen me quarreling with you people who eat rice? I don't eat rice. I'm a toke eater. I don't eat rice. I only ate rice when I had nothing to eat in Tanzania. Otherwise, I'm with my karo, with my matoke, a little bit of muhogo. I'm a muhogo man because I'm from here. I'm not an Indian to eat rice. Or chapati or eat bread. I don't eat bread. Now, am I going to launch a war against you bread eaters because I hear you are all eating bread? Because me, I'm stuck to my Ntungamo. I'm a Ntungamo person. I'm not from Cairo or from Baghdad. I'm from here. Or London. So I am Ntungamo post office, private Bagambara. But I have no quarrel with you people. You who want to eat whatever you eat. Who are you to disturb our people with their traditional beliefs? What? So I would once the corona is over, I also talk with the sheikhs. I'm glad I saw Sheikh Umrangira Nakibinge with his group at Chiburi, preaching for peace. And the other day I was in Kabamba, and our sheikh there was preaching very well. The sheikh from somewhere, from Kasambia. So our Muslim sheikhs need to help these children. They shouldn't allow our children to be destroyed. The police have arrested somebody who had 13 children in a house near Matuga. They take these children who have and say they are looking after them, then they feed them with this nonsense. Thank you. Concentrate on work. We are getting to grips with the ADF. We are hunting the ones who are not yet arrested, and my appeal to the ones who are involved, please come out. Come out, and it is better. It's a better option for you than staying, because we are coming for you for sure. Thank you. I wish you good luck.